Greetings, all you slip joint enthusiasts from around the world. Welcome back to Baxter's Blades. You're entering the Tiger Pit. Well, we have a Boker tree brand traditional series to check out today. Now, I've already posted a short on this. This was a gift from Charles. Charles is just a member of the community. He doesn't have a YouTube channel. We kind of hit off a friendship. I don't know how. He's just commenting and asked me questions, and I think he liked me or friended me, followed me on Instagram, and we go back and forth and send pictures of knives to each other. Or actually, he sends a lot of pictures to me. I'm really busy to send pictures, but he's a master bone dyer. He dyes bone absolutely amazing. I'd say they look better than Case. And I specifically asked him one time, "Did you used to work for Case?" And he laughed. He said no. He's the one that did a peanut butter and jelly better than Case did a peanut butter and jelly. But he sent me this. If I can get it out of here. Boker. I do not have that many Bokers. They are fantastic knives, slip joints, and lockbacks. Ken of Last Chance Knives, also now known as Cutting Edge EDC, is a big fan of Boker, and they make great knives for a great price. This is their lockback in D2. Now, they don't come in orange bone, and that's one of the reasons why I didn't pick one up. They have a really nice blue bone. They have a gray bone. It's kind of smoky gray bone that Thrifty Kniffy had gotten. I thought about getting that. And they have a yellow bone. And I almost got that, but I haven't pulled the trigger on it. And Charles had gotten one, and it says yellow, but it kind of looks orange in the picture. I'd say it's a sunflower yellow. And well, Charles got one, and he dyed it. And I was like, holy cow, that is amazing. And, well, just out of the kindness of his own heart, he decided to purchase one, dye it orange for me, and send it to me because he knows I'm a feller of the orange. He is also an orange bone fan. Look at the detail to that. So I'm glad I didn't pick up a yellow bone because he dyed it my favorite color and sent it to me. Tree brand. This is very reminiscent of a Tribal Lock by Case, but Tribal Lock by Case, they're a mid-lock. They're not a lock back. I don't know the size comparison to them, and I think the Tribal Lock it's a drop point, but it's not. I don't think it comes to quite the point that this tree brand does. You can see the stamp on the tang, Boker. You can see Germany on the shield, and D2. I think these run about $50, maybe a little less, maybe a little bit more, depends on where you get them, depends on what color. I think this was from the 0.2 series or 2.0 series. If you look at the box, no, it's just Boker. Yeller. Yeah, not much information on this. But Boker USA, Lakewood, Colorado. So what a fantastic gift from Charles. Like I said, I've already posted a short thanking him for this, but I wanted to bust this out and do some comparisons. I have quite the few knives. I busted out quite a few knives to compare it to this one. But first, let's compare it to my only Boker. The Boker, actually, it's not my only Boker. I was gifted a Congress, a dark green Congress from Rasputin's Castle. I did not bust that out, so I guess I have 3 Bokers now. Tree brand. This was considered the brown bone trapper, and to me it kind of looks like a orange peachy color. Do a little size comparison. This is a full size trapper, the same size as a Case, probably 4 1/8. For a little comparison there. Oh, before I go any further, I want to point out how smooth the action is on this. Very smooth, completely centered blade. 0 gaps. And then listen to this snap. When it locks in, listen to the snap. Just very crisp. Maybe just a tinge of blade play, but I wouldn't even call it play. I guess you would call it just a tinge. Very slight, not even noticeable, nothing to even gripe about. But again, if you can hear it over the car traffic. Very nice. And like I said, I do not have a tribal lock. He is very much into tribal locks, and I was really impressed by this. I can see why. So I have a lot of nice to compare it to. We're both Orange Bone fans, and I'm sure he has this one also, just to compare to the Savage Creek gun stock. See the difference in the orange? By the way, this is one of my favorite shields, the Space Shield. I guess I could zoom in on this. There we go. Stinking Creek sow belly. You can see there's definite difference in the orange. This is more of a Tennessee orange. I don't know what you would call that. Yellow orange? Orange yeller? But yeah, very actually close in size to the Stinking Creek sow belly. Yeah, about that, what, I don't know, 3 5/8, 3 7/8 inch size. I don't have any spear point or drop point lockbacks besides a Buck 112 drop point. But I do have this Case Canoe. It's a spear point, totally different. Little comparison here. Oh, the crow likes that one. Let's compare it to a mini copper lock in yeller. So yes, they call them yellow, but they're not this bright yellow. They're like a sunflower yellow, like a yellow orange. And yeah, the cutting length looks about the same, but you can see there's definitely a size difference in the handle and in the tang. Like there's bolster to bolster. So showing the mini, let's compare it to a full-size copper lock, which is probably the closest I have to it, but they don't make drop point or spear point copper locks. They're either clip point or Warncliffe. So you can see the cutting length is almost the same. It looks like this is full size. And gosh, I don't know. Is this the closest thing I have to it? A Victorinox? 2024 Halloween edition. Spear point, drop point, totally different blades. But this is probably the closest thing I have to it. I mean, like the Canoe is not really that close either. So thank you very much for this gift, Charles. Much appreciated. What an awesome community we have. I do giveaways. I don't really trade that much. I have traded a few with Mo, and I have another few nights to show eventually of somebody I traded with in the community. But I usually just gift them to people in the community or do giveaways. And to get a gift like this in my favorite color, orange smooth, is absolutely amazing. And Boker makes a fantastic lockback. Like I said, closest thing I can think of would be a Case tribal lock. And D2 steel is very sharp. I wanted to do a video of this before I started carrying it, because then I just start posting more shorts. So thank you so much for joining me in the Tiger Pit. you can see on this paper that some of the dye had rubbed off. So that is very interesting. And I'm sure it will a little bit over time. He does a fantastic job at dyeing it. Usually lets it soak overnight. He doesn't just put it in for 20 minutes. And after he polishes it, he uses a special Renaissance wax on them, and they always turn out so nice and shiny that I purchased some Renaissance wax to help keep the fingerprints off of my knives after I polish them. Oh, listen to that snap one more time. Absolute beautiful piece. Thank you for joining me in the Tiger Pit. You all stay sharp, be kind, and take chances. Take care.